Hello friends, welcome to Butterfly Techno.
Today, we're gonna learn how to push your UiPath project into Git or clone from Git to local machine. I hope you are ready to learn. Let's begin. Okay, so to perform the task, first of all, we need to create a repository on GitHub. So for that, you need to click on your profile. Here you will see your repositories. So this is my repository page where I can see whether I have a repository or not right now, or if I have, then how many repositories are there. So I will click on new. So once I click on new, it will ask me that, okay, if you want to create a repository, give it a name. So I will say that, okay, I will create UiPath process. You can give any name over here. It's not compulsory that you have to give UiPath over there. You can just give any name. It's a public repository, so anyone on the internet can see this repository. Okay, and then no, I don't want to add any read new or anything. I just say create repository. Okay, so it will create a repository over here. GitHub is free of cost. You just need a Google account for that, and you can create a you know Git account. Okay, first of all, let's understand how your UiPath interact with Git. Suppose you have UiPath project on your local machine, and you have a Git server or Git server where you have some repository called ABC repository is here. Okay, now you want to push your UiPath project into this ABC repository. First of all, to work with this repository, you have four commands. To work with any repository, any Git repository, you have four commands. The first one is called init. The second is called commit. Third is push, and the fourth one we call clone. So let's understand how these work. So first, when you give a command of init from your UiPath, it will create a local repository with the extension Git. It will create a repository Git. Now, suppose you have made some changes or you have a project over here. First time you are pushing it. So first time you will commit it. Whenever you give a commit command, it will commit all your changes from this project to the local Git repository. Now you want to push your changes from your local repository to Git server. For that, you have push command. So you will give a push command from UiPath. It will push the code from your local repository to Git server. Let's think a vice versa. Suppose I have a project on Git. Now I have a project on Git called UiPath project. Path process, suppose. Process, okay. And now I want this project to have it in my local machine. For that, you have to clone this repository into your local machine, local UiPath. For that, you have a command called clone. Further, now further things we can understand while we will be doing it practically. So this is the dummy project which I want to push into Git repository. For that, you can see a project hierarchy over here in the project section. And I will right click over here. Now you can see add to source control. Yes, I want to connect with Git. So I will click on Git init as this project never interacted with my Git repository. So I'll click on Git init. The moment I click on Git init, it will ask me where I want to create my local repository. As we discussed that with init command, we create first. It will create a local repository. So I will say that yeah, create it inside this Excel process. I will select the folder. Yeah. So I will say first commit. Okay, and just commit it over here. So the moment you click on commit, you can see the two icons are over here. The first one is to see, to count, to tell you that how many commits are pending. Okay, so no commits is pending, and this is how many push are pending, which you have committed but never pushed it to the remote repository. Okay, so now let's see whether it has created a local project, local folder for me or not. Yes, it has created a .git folder for me. This is my local repository. Okay, now I want to push it into the remote repository. So I will click on push. The moment I click on push, it will ask me what is the name of my remote repository and also my URL for that. So my remote repository name is my UiPath process 01. So I will give it a name UiPath process 01. Okay, now the URL, I'll click on the URL. Let's take the URL over here, copy the URL from here and paste it over here. So I have pasted it. Now I'll click on add and just click on save. I will click on save. In enter credential, you have to enter the credential of Git actually, so that you can interact with Git. But a few months ago, GitHub has deprecated the functionality where your UiPath or any application can interact with Git with the username and password of Git. Now you have to use the token. See, what is my username? My username is okay. So my username first of all, let's crimsons dot techno. I will just give crimsons dot techno. Okay, at the rate of gmail.com. I can give the email ID or the username. Okay, now I need to create a token, access token. For that, you need to click on setting. Okay, now just scroll down and you can see developer setting. Click on the developer setting. Over here you can see personal access token, personal access token. So click on generate new token. Now give it a name. I will give UiPath process, any name you can give it over here. So I'll give UiPath process. Okay, and expiration, I will say fine, expire in 7 days, or you can say never expire. So anything you can choose. Don't forget to give all the access to you. Most of the time I take all the access instead of just reading it. I'll say okay, do it everything. I can do anything over here. Yeah, I can do anything over here. I will say fine, 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 fine. Delete repo. No, I can't delete the repo. I will say the right discussion. Yeah, right. And admin GPay. Fine, no worries with that. I will say generate token. So it's gonna generate a token for me. This is my token which I have generated. Copy it and just paste it over here and click on OK. So now over here you can see no pending changes, no commit, and there is nothing which you need to push. Okay, now if I want to see my code in my Git, okay, for that what I will do, I will copy this so that I can use it further. Okay, I'll copy it so that I can use it further. Okay, now I'll go to my repository, your repository, and this is my repository. Okay, I can see my code over here. You can see all your code inside this one. So it's good. So now suppose I have made some changes over here. I will go to activity tab and suppose I have say write line, sorry, write line. I just drag it over here and I'll say, uh, data, or we can say reading the data and drag it over here. Okay, now save it. The moment I save it, okay, I'll go to the comment. You can see the moment you save it, before that it was not there. The moment you click on this one and the save it, you can see one change, so which you need to commit. The moment you click on that and you have to say okay, what commit message you want to give. I'll say write line is added and I will say commit, or I can just click on commit and push. So first it will commit and then push. So now it is pushing, and next time you not you know you don't have to give, next time you don't have to give username or password or any token. Well, it's already there. So now if I clicked on this one, Right now, it's like this. If I refresh it, now you can see everything is there, but now if I refresh it, yes, you can see right line is added in your command. So this is how you can push your code from your local repository to your Git server. Let's understand how you can clone your project from your remote repository to your local machine. So this is my Git account and I have a project over here. So for that, you need to go to your UiPath and click on team. Over here, you can see clone repository, click over there. Okay, it's gonna ask you a repository URL and you can give HTTPS or you can use SSH. So for that, you will click on code and if you are using HTTPS, copy the HTTPS code. If you are using SSH, so click on SSH and copy this code. So I'm using HTTPS, so I'll copy this code. Okay, the code is copied. I will paste it over here. Okay, and this is my checkout directory where I want to put my project in my local machine. So I will say that, okay, fine, this is good, no worries. Okay, and I will say use credential. So I'm gonna use token. Okay, and username. So my username for this repository is demo UiPath 77. So I'll click on this. Okay, now demo UiPath 77, and I need to generate a token over here. So I'll go the same step. I'll go to settings. Okay, then I will go to developer. I'll go to access token and generate a token. So I will say that, okay, fine, create a token. I use this name, but it's fine. I don't have any token over here. So I can give the name. So check it all. Okay, no worries. I don't want to need this one. And then generate token. So it will generate a token. I'm gonna copy it, go over here and paste it over here. And let's click on open. So let's see in desktop whether it is creating. Yep, you can see get time zone process has been cloned from your remote repository to your local machine, and where you can see. Okay, now let's compare whether all of my file have been done or not. I'll go to repository and let's see my, okay, these are the file, and in UiPath you can see whether all the files are present or not. Yep, I can see my all the files. So this is how you can clone a project from your remote repository to your local machine. Now, next time, whatever changes you want to make, I can make the changes. I will go and the same step I will do. I'll go right line and I will say read Excel file. Okay, 00, nothing is here. Click on over here and still nothing is here. Just click on save and you can see the changes here. So I will go and I will say that right line has been added and I'll say commit and push. Next time you don't have to give anything. You can just say, yep, the token is there. And I'll say, okay. Okay, now I think I need to copy paste the token over here. Yep. Okay, now good. 0 and 0. Nothing is here. Thank you for joining. See you next time. Till then, goodbye.